have to vanquish. And so, you know, Astralis, right now, they aren't hitting that Fnatic level, so Luminosity, they've got a real shot. And let's go ahead and get into this first map here of this best of 3. It will be on Train, Luminosity's home turf. And Astralis, they do play well on Train, but they never really want to play it, which is always an interesting thing.
Look at the switch up. 3 smokes here on the Danish side. That's a bit weird. Sipnik's falling back. Oh, but he goes down. How did he land that headshot? Instantly killed. Device with a refrag there. Taco going down, but a bomb plant and an aggressive push behind it from the terrorist side. They trade more kills. It's back into a 2-on-3. dupreeh and cajunb trying to see if they can change this round, but the terrorists right now are doing a very good job. Fur still alive after that entry on Sipnik's. Got the C-set in hand. He's going to go for the fight. He picks up a second one, and now it's all on dupreeh, and this is an unwinnable position. Now he's going to have to walk into a crossfire to try and retake this site, and it's just not going to happen. dupreeh's out of time and out of teammates, goes down to Cold Zero, and that's going to be the round.
He's out of health points, Anders. That's what we had to go with.
Yeah, it's the end.
It is the end of the line, and what an explosive start. Look at this.
It's ridiculous.
Just boom! Sit down, Zip. Wow. And then once Fur gets within this range with the CZ75, I mean, he's so effective with the gun. He always seems to get something out of it. He's one of those players up there with Flusha, just always seems to get at least 1 kill with the CZ.
I actually would love to see that replay again from Fur with the kill. This is one detail I might have missed, so if we could do that at some point, it'd be great. dupreeh with a strong opening, though, with Eagle taking down a kill. Fallen very low on health, and he should be going down as well here. They know exactly where he is. dupreeh gets the second one. Karrigan does go down, and FNX gets a kill on Sip, who was trying to sneak down that ladder.
And look at this, Astralis, they haven't invested in this round. They haven't put any Kevlar, they've only gone for the pistols. So this is actually, I mean, this works out. Luminosity, they've actually invested into 2 rifles as well, changing up the standard approach that they've had so far all tournament long. So both of these teams making slight adjustments, trying to catch their opponents off guard here. Astralis focusing on the nades, obviously, in their first buy round, making sure that they'll be able to get AWPs if they want them, or the nades to go with them. But the Luminosity, well, they're not supposed, that's not supposed to happen. Dude, somebody stop dupreeh, please.
Apparently he can't be stopped. He's got 3 kills, and because Fallen is within 1 shot of a Deagle from death, and Cold, well, he could take 1, but he's going to be very low. This is a scary position. Cold, though, he's on the bomb side. He could get the bomb down right now, and there'd be no one there to stop him quite. The question is, do they know that? They're a little bit scared still, you can tell. We're running into another problem here for the Brazilian side. It's 30 seconds on the clock, so if they wait a lot longer than this, then they won't even have time to fake the bomb and then go for it. They'll just have to hold it down.
He's waiting for Fallen. He's waiting to see what Fallen can find. If Fallen, you know, Fallen clears out Pop. And, well, there it is. Oh, the timing. He doesn't check left. He doesn't look for device. And now both players so very low. This is 1-shot kill kind of range here. And the 1 HP on the nade. He goes for the plant. He can get denied here by device.
Well, now it's in a lot of trouble here. Cold, 1 click and he's gone, and there it is. Device picking it up. Quad kill for dupreeh, and a huge comeback into this round for Astralis as they pick up that second round. dupreeh just doing so much work, and I mean, I think you're absolutely right. Fallen spending the time going back there is very smart. It's a very good idea. Just did not find anyone. And yeah, okay. What I was wondering was if he kept his jump by jumping into the ceiling there, but it looks like he actually got the full arc of the jump in.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you jump into the ceiling, then you're sort of going to be mimicking a jump, but actually you'll be down on the ground very quickly. So I thought maybe Fallen, oh sorry, Third gone for like something crazy there, but still obviously an insane start.
Whoa. And they don't go for a force buy behind this Luminosity. Tendency again changed here from the Brazilian team. They've shown that they're willing to go into that kind of slugfest where you just keep force buying, you keep trying to overwhelm your opponents. But Astralis, because they won that eco round, they're going to have a full buy. They have rifles to go around. They've got the nades, and then they're even getting wall banged down here. Luminosity, FNX dropping down to 2 HP. Oh. There's a nade to greet him, and a big kill coming through for Zip.
Worst day of FNX life. Device and Sip both spraying at the same angle. Taco gonna be the last one left in a 1-on-5, and he doesn't do enough. It's gonna be a triple kill for Sipnix instead. I like how FNX gets wall banged and then walks right into a grenade. Like, it couldn't possibly be worse, could it?
That's a demoralizing round. That just hurts. Yeah, look at him. He's just like, okay, then that happened. Brush it off. Brush it off.
But at least they're in a position where they have money to buy, including an AWP and some grenades as well. This is not so bad for the LG side to try and see if they can change the first half here in their favor still.
And And this is Luminosity's default setup. Karrigan gets tagged down a little bit. FNX right on the edge of that smoke, able to abuse just a little bit of the fogginess to hide himself and put some shots through. Well, Luminosity right now, they're ready to just go pummeling down Pop Dog. They're waiting to see if anybody's going to push into Brown Halls as well. Now they start to go ahead and have a little bit of a presence over there. And they should make some noise just to draw dupreeh back to connector. Just to try and draw him over onto the site, because he should be the first guy to rotate in here for Astralis to help that B site with Zip.
So much time on the clock still. I think you can tell that Taco's wanting to make a little bit of a play down at Ivy, but with the bomb being so far back, I'm not sure. You can actually go for a push that involves 4 people pushing B and leaving 1 guy lingering at Ivy to backstab the retake that's coming into that B bomb site. I think it's a terrific strategy, but it can be a little bit hard to execute because you're obviously missing 1 guy in the initial push.
Well, we've seen Luminosity struggle just a little bit when they don't get that initial opening kill when the CT side plays very defensive, but there we go. They put the smoke down, nades, Molotovs, really making it look like this is going to be a B take, and this is even drawing Device out of position. He's back into CT now. It is time to go onto the A site. Luminosity with this late smoke blocking off A main is actually blocking them.
Oh, did they spot Cajun, or is it a blind shot? Cajun's still alive here, and he's going to have to go big. He gets a headshot on Cold, but they know where he is now. 13 seconds. They need to get that bomb plant. I think it's finally going to go through. Cajun has gone down, and just Device left here. He's got a lot of health. Gets the first one, sprays and misses the second kill on FNX. So big round coming through, and that's going to tie the scoreline at 2-2.
That's going to build some confidence on Luminosity as well. They just faked Astralis out of their pants right there. I mean, super late. Then actually throwing out enough nades. They didn't just throw a single smoke. They threw the smokes, the mollies, the flash. I mean, Zipnix is probably just like, I don't have any idea how many people just came down lower right there, guys. You have to get over here to help me. It drew 3 players from Astralis over to the B site. That was perfect. So now Astralis, they're going to get checked. They have to worry about rotating too early now.
And obviously a huge amount of risk involved in a play like that, because if there's only 15 seconds left, imagine what happens if Cajun gets the kill on the guy carrying the bomb and you run out. There's so many things that could go horribly wrong. So it's obviously amazing, but it's something you have to be very careful about trying to execute too often. The 5th round in here, it's got a bit more of a presence on B early on this time with 2 people holding strong. And Luminosity again playing this one very slowly.
Yeah, but this time it looks like they want to change it up. They're setting up for the B play. And Astralis, I mean, Device, he's in here with the AWP looking into main. He doesn't see anybody. No Fallen. Fallen loves to go A main with the AWP to see if he can't find a pick, so he's not going to spot anybody there. At least some noise has been made over at Alley, though, so that is keeping Astralis honest, but cajunb is pretty close to Link. He can rotate very quickly here for Astralis to the B side if it's necessary, and they've gone for a bit of an anti-play. I mean, if the standard smokes come out from Luminosity, dupreeh is going to be the point man. He's going to be the key player here because he's within the range of him.
Well, it looks like it is going to be a fast execute onto the B-bomb site. Sip is here, spraying down one. Can't get the second one. dupreeh, well, it's just an even trade, and that's going to favor LG right now. They're going to get a chance to get the bomb down. Grenade rains in, won't cancel the plant here. Fur has too much health, and that grenade goes too wide. So now, 3-on-3 for the full retake, and they have very limited grenades to do it with. But that flashbang is definitely worth the investment. Fallen goes down, and now on the bomb site, Fur has been spotted as well. He gets the one kill. He can't tap away karrigan. And now it's all on coldzera here. 1 versus 2. He's got a Molotov. They don't have a smoke to cancel it. They're already defusing. He has to go for it. He can't let karrigan. He's going to win the round. And there it is. karrigan holding it down inside that fire. And that will be it. Once the CT's already tapped the bomb to defuse, if they have 100 health and they keep going, they'll win it. And yeah, just a little bit too slow there for coldzera.
And this flash, it's a thing of beauty. Some great communication there to set up that play. Not just rushing forward. I mean, that could have been a mistake that cajunb made. He might have just tried to push through the smoke on his own, but the fact that he actually takes a second there, stops and says, actually, hold on, do any of my mates have a flash to make this a little bit easier for me? Great. That worked out perfectly for Astralis. A very nice retake. And now that's going to force Luminosity to pause and think a little bit here. They have the AK that Cold managed to save from the last round, but the rest of them, they haven't really invested too much into this. So Cold with the single smoke, probably just going to be the smoke for lower, and then straight up YOLO rush out onto the B site, hope that they can get something done here.
Yeah. Well, right in the eye as well.
Not the eye.
Yeah, not the eyes. It's awful, isn't it?
Oh,
the grenade comes through and Cold is gone. What a horrible way to start a round.
They've just literally wasted their smoke. Like Astralis, the incendiary double HE wasted Luminosity smoke. Now how the hell are Luminosity supposed to get down here?
Through a hail of bullets, and it's not really working out too well as Sipnik's picking up another kill and making it a triple, I think, for him in total. So 4-2, and Astralis sort of taking over a little bit early on in the early game here. I mean, I think I was kind of all right with it. They put down the smoke, then, you know, they force out a flashbang and a Molotov. I'm like, all right, maybe that's like, you know, they get away some of the stuff so they can actually rush. But then they eat 2 grenades and lose Cold Zero, and that just, it stops making sense from that point out, really.
Well, it does make just a little bit because Luminosity are such an emotional team. Like, they really do thrive on, you know, big plays, clutch rounds. I mean, that sort of stuff really, you know, is what propels this team to victory, right? So as soon as the Astralis checked them, basically, stopped them from getting that momentum going, it turns into that kind of grind game that Luminosity are still trying to find a solution for. They still haven't figured out how to be able to just, like, work their way back into the half when things are going against them.
Well, whenever they do, it seems like Fallen's at the center of it, and he's going to open up on karrigan as well. He's sometimes, especially when they're really far behind and nobody else seems to be really doing much, Fallen's always the guy with the AWP to step it up, get some good entries, and it's what happened this time too. Now they need to build something on it. They know almost certainly that B bomb side is going to be a bit weaker because that kill on Ivy happens, and you want to have the majority of your presence at the A bomb site when you're playing on the CT side anyway, so they could probably guess that. Can they make a breakthrough into SIP though? That's the problem.
They've gone back to default here as well. Luminosity, they can have 2 players over by A main. They can actually set up with the smokes if they want for an A take. And this time around, Astralis don't actually have anybody pushed close to main, so to counter those smokes, it will be tough. They would basically come down to dupreeh either getting shots over or through the smoke, or just a solid retake. It will work against them, and cajunb with the incendiary as well to buy more time on Pop Dog.
And look at this is so little time. I mean, you could buy time, but you can also prevent the plant if they're coming through. There's only 20 seconds left here. Luminosity, they made it work last time, but like I said, it's a big risk if you keep doing it. Eventually, it's going to bite you. Now, Cold picking up a big kill there. Cajun coming around, gets the kill on FNX. Cold still has that bomb, and he's putting it down finally. 9 seconds left, and Cajun, he's doing a lot of work here. Up on the ladder as well, it's a 2v3, and Cajun, can he actually find the kill here? Looking for Fallen, who's behind there with the AWP. Now Cold down, Cajun doing more work. He's getting a triple before he's finally out of it, but Sip going to finish the round. And Luminosity, they got 3 kills and a bomb plant after pushing with about 20 seconds left. Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be.
Cajun getting behind the lines is a bit of a fluke as well. So they shouldn't be feeling too bad about this round. It was pretty much a successful round apart from the fact that, yeah, they weren't able to recognize where they were getting shot from. Although this second man, yeah, I think this is a round that you shake off and just say, okay, well, you know, it didn't go our way that time around, but we know what works and we should be able to make it work the next time.
They don't have the money. They've gone for Tech 9s mostly and some armor and a couple of grenades there. They're quickly out into A main, and dupreeh taking a fight with a lot of people and coming out very short indeed. Ends up going down to Fur. Can we get a quick bomb plant here for the Brazilian side? I think that would be preferable. Cajun hasn't heard anyone putting down the bomb, but it's going to go through. karrigan and Zip picking up a kill each, and it's going to turn it into a 3v3.
And Zip is just 2 seconds too late to deny the bomb plant because he just sprays through the smoke randomly to catch out FNX there. So that is just a little bit unfortunate. Taco, it's about to get toasty. I like my tacos hot, and so does Astralis. But now, man advantage, bringing it back to a 2-on-2 though. Zipnik's just doing work. He's got 2 kills so far. Gets that smoke down, shots going through, and Taco and Fallen actually managing to get both remaining kills. Wow. And it's off an eco round, Anders, that Luminosity win. They don't need rifles, just get pistols. That's all you really need in CSGO.
So much, because the money they already had, obviously, you know, turned into a win like this means they'll have so much more money to work with. Astralis, on the other hand, I mean, look at this. 2 rifles, 1 AWP, and some pistols here. They're put near the edge already, and it looks like it's going to be an execute out into this courtyard again. Wall of smoke going down. Taco, instant shot down on device. Goes for more. He does come out short against karrigan. The FNX has picked up Cajun in the meantime. Is still looking good. dupreeh will have to land some good shots. He gets 1, but he's alone in this courtyard with 4 members, or 3, sorry, of the LG team.
And look at this, Zipnik's, he's managed to infiltrate the back line. Again, we're into a 2-on-2. dupreeh's under pressure, gonna set up the flash. They do fall back, and now he cannot miss the shot. He's out in the open as well. He's lost his teammate. Fallen manages to find Zipnik's out in the open, and now dupreeh nearly catching out the man. 1v2 though, and now Luminosity, they just need to calm down. Because guess what, dupreeh, he doesn't want any piece of this action. They're completely broke over on Astralis' side. Talk about a change of pace from Luminosity. So sick for them. You know, they're playing these rounds. They're teaching Astralis basically that, you know, hey guys, we're going to approach this T side in a very slow and methodical way, a la Na'Vi, where we just take up all the clock and then we'll execute with like 20 seconds left in this round. That's going to be our game plan, right? Right? And then Fallen's like, actually, no, I was lying. Haha, what a joke. You know, actually, we're just going to rush out onto A and catch you off guard.
Well, I mean, I think we've been saying it for a while, that A push is really hard to stop, and I think it's been proven once again here, so I'm definitely excited about that, and I guess we'll see if they can come up with an answer. It used to be that karrigan would play very close to the main entrance out here. It seems like cajunb has taken over that role now, but karrigan was very annoying, and it actually stopped a lot of teams from even trying it because they'd have to fight him first, and then all the grenades wouldn't really matter. Device with the AWP, the only rifle they have. He gets the second kill on Fallen as well. What a huge double to start the round with. Device has done this before in this tournament, I think, with just a little bit of... oh no, what? Did he just run into the fire and die? For no reason?
He was too good for this world, Anders.
I guess.
Viking funeral.
It's like I've done my part.
I don't even... Yeah, he gets 2 kills. I mean, he basically put Astralis back in this.
Speechless.
They don't even lose the AWP. dupreeh is still here with it, and he's got Kevlar as well. And look at this, karrigan. Oh no, Cold, you're about to have a bit of a rough surprise here.
Knife. Knife.
Go for the knife. Come on, karrigan. Knife.
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 Knife. Yeah! Give us blood!
There we go. FNX gets a kill, but he also gets shot in the face from long-range grenade. Actually, somehow does nearly no damage to cajunb. Probably dodged it behind the train, but it looked like he was about to run right into it. Now we've got 40 seconds. The bomb is on upper still. So FNX either has to go back and get it, and we just run in to karrigan up there, or he has to wait for Fur, but there's not much time. He has to go for it here. It's a very, very bad position for FNX to be in.
Oh man, and dupreeh's watching lower, expecting there to be another challenge. He's counting on Fur here. And will he get it for free? Yes, he will. 1 kill goes his way. There's still the man backstabbing. That's going to be karrigan with the AWP, but he's just a second too late to get in there and deny the bomb. Might still be able to get down lower fast enough, though. That bomb will get planted for him. And, well, he gets spotted. Fur, he's so on point. Fur, triple quad in the round, but a triple in that scenario. And that just made it for Luminosity. Karrigan is going to be so frustrated.
Yeah, that looked like it should have been a win for the CT side. So Luminosity tie the scoreline at 5-5. And, I mean, Sip is top fragging right now with 11 kills. We've got Fur on 10. That was so good. I mean, the fact that FNX got the bomb and managed to plant it, he also didn't plant it in the default spot where he could have got shot, so they had a really good idea about where karrigan was, which helped Fur to get that kill, so everything working out, it seems.
Time for another change, though. They've been going aggressive A, now they're going to go straight out onto B. Xyp9x is there to greet them, and he trades up 1 for 1 until Fallen chimes in and takes out cajunb. And they're just bullets out. Ooh, what a shot, Fallen.
He was shooting at his feet as well, so that's uncomfortable.
This isn't a spaghetti western. You don't make him dance, you kill him, dupreeh. Come on.
Well, we do have a, you know, like a 6-shooter, so maybe we're getting there.
That we've never seen.
Never seen.
That we've never seen. Actually, you saw it once. Guardian bought it once, and I think
nothing happened.
I think he deeply regretted that decision afterwards.
Well, they're trying to save these rifles, obviously, as the Luminosity team seems to be taking over. Fur will be going down, but this is just a small silver lining here for the Danes. So 6-5, and Luminosity finding a way back here very, very early on in the first half.
And that quick end to the round. Now, once the round is over, you've only got, what, 3 seconds to find your opponent or kill your opponent?
True.
So it makes holding on to rifles better for the CT side if you're trying to save. Also makes, you know, picking up rifles from your fallen teammates a little bit more tricky.
Are we really seeing a reasonable tactical timeout for Astralis?
Oh.
Yeah, we are. We've been talking about this a lot, how they're not quite good enough, or at least in the past, haven't been quite good enough at utilizing these. They tend to use them once they've lost, you know, 10 rounds in a row, and the whole team is already so tilted that they don't even know how to play anymore. But this is a good time to use it.
Could this be Zonics' influence?
I hope
so. Would you say? He is the coach.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, as someone, obviously Sonic has a lot of experience, and he's a bit older than the rest of the guys, so he's got maybe a bit more authority like that, but I don't think he necessarily knows the game better than the rest of the players. But if he can have that role to be the guy...
Pull the camera back. We need to find out, like, who's talking right now.
Like
It sounds like it's Cajun. It looks like it's Cajun.
If you can have the sort of the authority to go in and say, actually, guys, let's call a break here before everyone gets really tilted. He's talking a bit.
Well, karrigan's talking now, but before that, when everybody was keeping quiet, I was wondering, because at this point, it's like, I don't feel like Astralis are necessarily doing anything wrong. They're just getting caught off guard and maybe a little flustered with how Luminosity keep changing up the pace, right? So unless Astralis, okay, they decide, okay, now we have to go aggressive somewhere, maybe do like a double push in alley, you know, or push up into brown halls, something that we haven't really tried yet. That could be a way to change up your defense. But the other reason for this timeout could be actually, guys, you know, take a break, take a breather, don't say anything for a minute. You know, just focus yourselves up again, and then let's go into the game fresh. And that could be another reason for having that timeout. So, considering 3 of them weren't talking, I was like, okay, are they actually just sitting there without saying a word, right? You know, this is just one of those timeouts where it's like, pause.
Bitterly hating each other.
Yeah, there's that too, right? Stewing.
I don't think so, but yeah, we've had the unpause called, so we should be going back into the game any second now. And yeah, seaside aggression. I would worry about calling a timeout and then going directly into the aggression, because I think Luminosity will probably see that coming. Like, if you make big changes like that right after a timeout, it's likely the other team is just going to be waiting for it. It seems like actually they're just going to execute the exact same thing they've been doing all along.
And it's a fake arena.
Oh, wow. Bomb is being brought back as well. Cruel.
Problem is they're going towards one of the rifles here. This could get nasty. If they expect there to just be a pistol waiting for them, that might shock Luminosity. Nice flash, though. That's going to force karrigan back. Smoke is a little bit too late. He does get the first kill, and that was crucial.
Oh, but Fallen with the refrag device has gone down. He's looking for a second shot, and he's going to get it on Sip. So now karrigan in the sight with this M4 has got to go big. dupreeh out of bullets. He ends up going down to Fallen. It's still a 2-on-3. karrigan can still do a lot. He's up on the sidewall, walking in behind him, but if he gets a little bit closer, he can get shot in the feet himself. He walks around, and he can't do it. Cold Syrah is there. Fallen has picked up a triple kill, and Cajun with the AWP. Yeah, better to make it out at this point in time. Just save that rifle. 7-5. I mean, that was a nice shot from Cajun. That was a decent enough fake coming out of Luminosity. I mean, it was caught fairly early on. I think part of the problem is that Astralis was expecting that Luminosity, once they sort of lost or went for the first entry, that they would just keep running in there. But actually, they sat and waited for 2 people to come into C-Connector, and Fallen killed both. Yeah. So instead of just charging into the bomb site, they just say, all right, just come. We'll pick off a couple of people, and then we'll go for the fight.
He's been pretty consistent hitting those shots as well down the long line. That's the mark of a truly good opper. Is those are shots those are like 100% shots. Those are shots that any opper should be able to hit consistently, not really miss them, right? Especially if it's like slow crouch peaks. I mean, you just have one long line. It's like, you know, gapping people it does too. You know, you got to be consistent at trying to get those tags in. Fallen, he's just going to hit those shots all day long. So you're perfectly correct to point that out, Anders. I mean, that's the big turning point there, that you can count on Fallen as a consistent opper who's just going to continue to wreak havoc. Device.
And he had an AWP. That is important. That was a double up setup for Astralis, and one of them is already out, so it's very important that dupreeh gets the refrag there with the M4. Otherwise, it'd be already an expensive round.
Oh, no, okay, never mind. Didn't realize that was Fur waiting up there. I thought that was actually something from Astralis pushed up. Oh, surprise, surprise. dupreeh continues his reign of terror.
The tip of his boot, I think, was showing there, and that's enough to get those shots in, so that was a perfect angle to line up.
One of the few wall bangable spots that actually does a lot of damage.
Yeah, with a rifle. Not so easy to find. 4 versus 3 at the moment. FNX being allowed to sneak out into the courtyard here, and this is a bit scary. He could do a lot of damage if they look the wrong way at the wrong time. He's looking for one opening. karrigan in the good position though, does a little bit of damage. FNX just comes back and punishes him. Instant headshot with the AK, brings it back to a 3 versus 3, and they don't even have a lot of information on the Astralis side. They just know one person was there, and then don't know where the rest are, and there's still 40 seconds.
And Xyp9x is holding so far back on that B side. I was curious if Luminosity were going to try and wrap around. Instead, they're going to commit to this A site. dupreeh still alive in connector. What? No, he loses the duel versus Fur. And now this allows for a bomb plant to come through. No, there's Xyp9x. He actually manages to deny it just in time. 20 seconds left here for Luminosity. They have a single smoke on Taco, and he's going to get the headshot as well.
Oh, wow. They need to pick up that bomb and finally put it down. The problem is FNX actually has it, but there's no grenade on Sip, so he can't even prevent it. It's going to be a really tough 1v2 here for the Danish players. He's been playing well already on this map, but he's going to have to go big this time around, looking for the kill. Not quite going to get it. Taco falling back, not wanting to take the fight. FNX still alive, and Sip now low on health. That's going to be the one kill, but he still has to find FNX, and he can just play the bomb timer here. So hard for Sip to do anything about this. He's looking for it. He could fake it maybe once, but not much more than that. He's going to hold it in. FNX, he can't even stop it. Sipnix, he might win the round. Oh, 2 health left. He gets that defuse home, and that's going to be Astralis picking up a round with just 1 second left. He was being shot under the train then.
And Zipnix knows. That was cutting it a bit too fine.
Cheeky defuse.
Oh, especially he does the same thing, right? Gets the deny there. That was the big kill, though. Point blank on Taco.
He's on 2 health at the end there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's just take no damage if you're hiding behind the metal like that. But again, I mean, they really just are showing no fear at this point, Luminosity. They're going again for that aggressive A take, but good answer here from Astralis. Quick push in with the flank, but they lose all the A defense in the meantime. Bomb is in Pop Dog, though. If they were to drop down, this could be huge.
They're not doing it. FNX holding on, and I mean, this is turning into a very bad first half right now for the Danish side. Doing a really good job with the pacing.
I think you're right, though. I think that's what they're thinking. They're actually, like, Astralis don't want to have anything to do with this. They're just going to try and save their guns again.
Yeah. Because they won't be able to buy for the 15th round. If they lose to 3 guns, that's it. They're completely broke. They have, you know, less than $500 between them, so it's a big problem if they go and throw it all away.
And again, Zipnix leading the way on train for Astralis. He always seems to be the guy to step up here on this map. And well, Device, he's got the line. There's the bait. Cold. What?
Knifing Taco.
Knifing Taco. Okay, then. Bit of the body block coming out from the smoke, and they're just going to continue to press forward. Fallen gets taken out as well. This is turning into a bit of an expensive endeavor for Luminosity, and they get nothing out of it. They just donated 4 rifles. Well, 3 plus the shank. What the hell is that about?
On a personal note, Samuel, if I'm having tacos, I use my hands, you know. I don't like knife and fork, but it's confusing, isn't it? You know, just your hands needed. So, no knives needed, really.
No knife needed. Cutlery? What's that?
It was really
just gets in the way.
I don't know what happened. It was very confusing. 15th round is coming up. We have limited equipment on the CT side, and right now, the Brazilian side, I mean, it was close even early on. We started this game with a 2-2 scoreline, a lot of trading going back and forth, and oh, nice shot. Device just trying to be sneaky, use that angle against them, and it doesn't work. But now dupreeh coming up from behind, he sprays down one, but he can't get cold. Look how quickly he reacts. That should have been a double. Under normal circumstances, it probably would have been.
Yeah, cold is just that good. And Astralis now have lost 2 of their rifles. They were key for them to pick this this round up. There isn't an aggressive push coming out here from karrigan, though. He's going to recover the AWP, so at least they have that to work with, Astralis. Well, Luminosity right now, they have a huge advantage in this round. They have utility left, 2 smokes, flashes, a Molotov to work with. That is a very dangerous spot, though, the one that cajunb is camping for Taco. Taco's about to take a face full of CZ bullets if he decides to push through here.
When they need that. karrigan picking up the first kill there on FNX, and Fallen being pushed forward. Sip gonna get that kill, and here that CZ you were talking about. And Taco gonna be done. Now it's Cold Sierra in a 1-on-3 with 35 seconds left. He's got a chance for an ace clutch here, but I don't see it happening. They already have a pretty good idea. Now they certainly know where he is. And yeah, you can't even play that game. There's not enough time, Cold. You have to just go for it here. Look for a couple of shots, 23 seconds. It's time to just roll into this bomb site and see what you could do.
They aren't making any mistakes, taking advantage of the smoke. Low risk.
Well, 7.5 for the finish. Good half being Cold, and I would say Luminosity definitely got more out of this half, but it stays competitive. Nobody's really won anything yet, and yeah, dupreeh there.
Yeah, dupreeh taking quite a bit of time actually with that spray. That could have been the 2 if he hadn't taken so long to get the first kill. Could have quickly devolved from there. But still fairly even scoreline here, at least at the beginning. I mean, you have to give Luminosity a pretty big edge. We expect like a 9-6 finish, even like 10-5. Well, no, 9-6 is more in line for Astralis on CT side. Instead, it's Luminosity coming out ahead in the half, so they've pretty clearly won it, Luminosity, and now they go over onto their CT side, where it's about to get pretty interesting here. Curious to see what karrigan's got in store for us here, the in-game leader for Astralis. See him talking there in the halftime pause. And if it is just going to be the straight-up YOLO onto the B site,
I mean, they had definitely had a different plan than most teams do on the CT side with all those smokes. I'm wondering if it's going to be anything interesting. I mean, they got 2 smokes here on T side, so I mean, 2. I think you need 3 to go A. I'd say 2 probably a B push, but they could go either way with it.
Yeah, it does look like, at least for now, they're going to get up into Whitehalls. Could still wrap back around Pop if they wanted to, though.
Yeah, too early to tell, I guess.
Especially considering there's 2 guys over here, a bit of a decoy, like living decoy nades. Astralis, they're going to throw these 2 guys in. There's the peek, there's the headshot. Nicely done. Device and cajunb getting in on the action, and now it's going to be down to FNX to come back. And it's key that they kill off Cold so quickly.
Yes.
He's been having such a huge impact in pistol rounds on the CT side for Luminosity. He always seems to find headshots with the USP. He is not going to be here to save Luminosity now.
FNX hiding at the edge of that smoke, looking for the shot now. He's been revealed. He's going to have to go for the fight here, and ends up falling back into the corner, but it's not a good corner to be in. If they come close to that Glock, then who knows what will happen. He takes the fight finally and ends up dropping cajunb, looking for the mid-air shot there. Fur doing damage and hitting a headshot on Sip as well. Where is that bomb plant? It's finally going to come through, but dupreeh is gone. Device and karrigan, they have so much work to do here. Karrigan trying to fall back behind the train, seeing if he could find an edge on somebody, but Fur takes him out for the double kill. And now it's all on Device, Glock in hand, and 4 people to try and kill.
And
not happening.
And it's not happening. FNX and Fur. Now I know. You would think perhaps that they'd be sad to see Cold go in the pistol, but now I know why Fur would be grinning. He finally gets the time to shine.
Yeah, his turn.
It's not a problem, actually. Fur gets to go in here and just wreck and get 2 key kills to slow Astralis down.
I mean, once they get the kill over at Ivy, they also see that no one's coming up behind. There's no further push happening,
yeah.
So they're a little bit easier for them to. It's easier for them to rotate into B. They're sort of more ready for it. So maybe Astralis. I mean, they maybe needed that kill at Ivy.
And quad rifles here for Luminosity. They aren't messing around versus Astralis. This is a sign of respect almost. No SMGs, no greedy plays. 4 rifles. They should be able to just completely annihilate Astralis in this round. Given the fact that Astralis, well, they didn't go for the force buy. They got a bomb plant, so they're going to be focusing on this round, Astralis, with the buy. AKs, nades, handful of them. But now Luminosity, they're going to be primed and ready.
Go karrigan, Tech 9 armor and grenades, not the Galil.
Yeah, that's pretty much, no.
Nah, it's going to be the Galil.
Interesting, because he is like highly proficient with the Tech 9, and yeah, you'd expect him to be the one to kind of take the hit there just to make sure they had more nades to execute with.
Yeah, extra smoke and then Molotov as well. Personal preference, I suppose. On the other hand, Luminosity pushing aggressively with the 1 SMG they do have, looking for a little bit of information, maybe be a little bit annoying. Grenade just randomly thrown out, and it does no damage at all. So Astralis, I mean, they get spotted down there, but it's so early in the half that they're around that it shouldn't really matter here. But Taco up to his usual tricks again. Those one-way smokes, but luckily for Sip, he gets that refrag. This is what Taco's been very good at doing, so it's nice to see Astralis coming up with an answer for that one.
Yeah, buddy system in full effect over at Alley as well. If they lose one over here at Alley, there's a second man to get the refrag. Well, that's how it should work. Unfortunately, Device had just dropped off the whatever it is, the bin, the trash can.
Yeah.
The dumpster, Anders, the dumpster. He just dropped off of it at the wrong time there, so no possibility for a refrag in that scenario. What was the joke? Never mind.
Now they have to find a way to execute in a 3 versus 4 situation with about 40-some seconds left. They're setting up for what is eventually going to be like half of a smoke wall, which I don't think has much of a meaning at any point, but we'll see if it's going to work out. FNX can just easily look to pop dog here. Bomb goes down, Fallen with the kill, and now it's all on Sip. Again, it seems 1 versus 3. He's had to try and do a lot for this first map, and there hasn't been many big clutches coming through right now for the Astralis team.
No, but this man is the clutch. I mean, he is so good at the clutch for Astralis, but now they've spotted him. They know where he is, and guess what? Peekaboo! Fur just drops out of the sky. Well, he is an angry god. We've already determined this. Fur for the Fur god.
Well, it's going to make it 11-7 here, moving into the 19th round. Where can I buy these?
Those are some sick kicks.
I need that in my life.
Well, okay then.
I already have my mouse pad, my keyboard, they're all blinking, you know, LEDs. Why not shoes?
I'm actually kind of speechless. Those are sick. All right, there. Well, focus up.
Cold right at the edge with the M4. It's nothing but pistols, not even armor here on the Astralis side. They've all got P250s. One smoke grenade, which again, I wish was a flashbang, but maybe they're going to try and see if they can just smoke off the front of the A-bomb train and just go for that plant. I mean, if you're lucky and they're holding far back, you might be able to. Sip's the one who's got it currently.
Or it's just going to go... yeah, there's the peak. Zip just going to show himself over here to keep Luminosity honest. And then it will just go straight out onto the A site, which isn't actually too bad a scenario here, considering you have two guys waiting in Z. One of them will start to rotate back over, though. That's FNX getting in position here to help his mates on this A site. They're so far back because they don't want to die to a random headshot from pistols. So this is really wise here from Luminosity. Going to make it as difficult as possible for Astralis. And wow, even getting in the way, just mad spray everywhere, and they somehow still get the plant. Success as far as Astralis are concerned, and they continue to do damage. cajunb missing a key frag. That might have turned it all around, and instead now he's going to have to fall back, and he gets hunted down.
Wow, so much speed on Cold Zero. They're just charging through. But I mean, still a success. They get a couple of kills. They get the bomb plant down, and it's going to turn it into 12-7 here. So it is a 5-round gap right now between the Brazilian and the Danish team.
Yeah, I'm amazed that they actually succeed in getting the plant out of that. You think that, I mean, you had two guys holding in connector, just like spraying. How the hell does he survive?
It didn't look like it should have been possible, but it works out just fine for them.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I unplugged my mic for some reason.
Please don't do that.
That would be awkward. But again, Astralis, they go right back to it. Straight spread across the site, or I mean, buddy system again. I mean, this is definitely their default here. Two guys over by alley, two guys waiting over in Brown Halls in case Taco goes for some kind of shenanigan over there. They'll be ready and waiting. And then the man waiting with the bomb over by A main. This time they've actually got something of a higher caliber here to greet the man holding in alley. It's an AWP, and wow, he just barely makes it around the corner in time. What is this?
That looked like it could have been very scary, didn't it? I'm wondering, because at some point in the first half, and actually fairly early on, Luminosity changed their pace and caught Astralis off guard a lot. It seems like Astralis is playing the same pace every round now. Somewhat slow, somewhat sort of trying to see if they can get out here, and it hasn't really been working so well. Fallen, trying to check both angles at the same time. He gets the kill on cajunb, but refragged instantly by device. FNX and Cold are gone. And it's a 4 versus 3 now, 35 seconds. They need this round. They must have this round. And dupreeh helping out a lot, taking out Fallen, looking the wrong way. Taco and Fur in a 2 versus 4 should be an absolute win round here for Astralis.
And Taco's got the angle, wins the duel, but he's down to half HP. And Fur is still just so far away that this really is going to be backing off into just a retreat here for Luminosity to hold on to their rifles. They don't want to go for the retake in this scenario. I mean, that was just really awkward for Fallen to get stuck in that position, considering Cold was going to rotate over to try and support him, trying to get him out of there, perhaps. I mean, Fallen had he just had to stay stuck there. So the fact that device was there to back up cajunb, that made all the difference. Because cajunb dies, and then everything goes according to plan for Luminosity. Cold rotates in, and him and Fallen turn into that anchor on the A site for Luminosity. The fact that device is there, you know, surprise, takes him out. That ruined everything for Luminosity. You also have to give it to dupreeh for just going so quickly through the smoke onto that A site.
Yeah, that helped out a lot. Not a big fan of him peeking afterwards, but I mean, at that point, maybe it was already a little bit gone, but I still think it's a bit dangerous. 8-12, so the gap closes just a tiny bit, and his first map, it isn't over yet. If they can break the CT side economy and force an eco here, then there's definitely a way back into it for the Danish team, and Luminosity have to keep their heads in it as well. They can't just, you know, grow careless at this point. They need to keep the focus. Exactly. And we've seen them struggle with that in the past when they feel like they're getting too close to winning. They start just playing, I mean, bravely, yeah, but you need to keep your cool. You need to keep focused. And so we've seen them struggle with that in the past. And now, look, Fallen, he does like to go for this kind of aggressive peek into alley. Flash is blocking off Cold, though, so it's not perfect. Good bait, though, from Astralis. You know, just a, what was that? Just a flash nade? And they bait a flash and a smoke out of Luminosity? That's a fair trade any day of the week for Astralis. Now they have a minute left here on the clock, and they know that, well, there's no smoke here anymore. We don't have to worry about that. But they smoke off the left-hand side as well, just making life a little bit tougher down at Ivy. We've still got about 50 seconds left now. The bomb is all the way back on that container, so it could still be pretty much any execute that they choose. And I would guess probably a B push at this point, just because if they try and bring the Brom out single-handedly through A main and karrigan goes down, that's a huge risk. There's a throw all the way into the middle. Fallen gonna be smoked off here. They will go out of Pop Dog and Ivy and end up in that A bomb site here. Cold gonna be taken down. dupreeh, Cajun falling as well. Sip gonna get the refrag in here, but where is that bomb plant coming through? 20 seconds now, and FNX coming up from behind. He drops the bomb planter, and Sip, he barely survives, but it might have been too late at this point here. Sipnik's down, and Device in a 1 versus 3. He gets 1 kill, but he's out of time. He can't win the round. I don't know about that execute. I think there are too many weak links in that plan. And the biggest one for me is karrigan's solo out of main with the bomb. That's so risky.
It's just, there you kind of see where it collapses. Well, Fallen 8 doesn't get pinned down in a horrible position where he can't have any impact at all. He's there to just double up and watch alley. So he's got that long line when they try and push out through there, and then he can get up to Sniper and look over the smokes. I mean, everything worked out perfectly for Luminosity in that round. It's just, you know, Astralis, they go for the smoke. It's just that there are too many variables in play at that point when all of the CTs are alive. They didn't have a man advantage, and Luminosity had the confidence to go ahead and push aggressively through smoke, for example.
Again, Fallen playing this game out here, and this time he's going to get rewarded straight back through the smoke, and they can't even punish it easily. They can't actually get around the corner quick enough to kill him, so nice shot from Sid on FNX. He was ready for it, just not quick enough.
How does that shot go through? And again, Zip coming back in here for Astralis. Smoke to try and create some opportunity here, and Fallen is on the hunt. He's right point blank, but there are no targets for him. Nobody pushing out through A main, and he doesn't see anybody in Pop Dog either, although he might get somebody you know, dropping in to say hello in a moment. Does look like Astralis want to try and change up the point of attack here. They might be starting to think about that B side a little bit more seriously.
It's a good setup, though, for Luminosity. First, in a position that can't be checked until you've... Or it can, but it's hard to check without dealing with Taco first. And so Taco just is very open and aggressive here. It's going to get rough. Fur, not checking him yet. And they're all looking at Taco. He gets the one, he gets the double, turns around, looking for the triple, up the ladder, but he can't get there. Taco, in the meantime, picking up a kill. And now it's a 1 versus 2 Device. This time he's got a little bit more time and one less player to kill. 23 seconds, moving up, scoped. He can't see, there's someone right next to him. And it's Taco with a double kill, 14-8. But you see as they come into that bomb site, they're all looking away from Fur. And that's exactly what they want now, 14-8. And things are looking very tough here for the Danish side.
It's because they spot Taco. And that's how that is supposed to work. That's how, I mean, Astralis themselves love to do this. You know, they leave a man behind, like right beneath it, and you have the guy on the train, the second guy there, he's holding for the bomb train, he's drawing the attention to himself, so it's a bait and switch. And again, it works. It's so effective. And well, now it's just a desperation buy coming in here from Astralis. They've gone for the Tech 9 armor, forced straight up YOLO onto the A site, and it is just not working. They're getting cut down in droves.
Yeah, not even a bomb plant here to make it 15-8 Luminosity. I mean, they did well against FaZe earlier, but we were all wondering, you know, yeah, there's definitely sort of a skill gap between FaZe and Astralis. There's no doubt about that, but now, look at this.
Yeah.
They're just continuing.
They're just mauling them. Granted, this is, you know, we have to point that out as well. This is Luminosity's best map right now, if not one of their best, but it's up there. Astralis, they're not huge fans of trains, so there's something to keep in mind. We have Overpass next, which will get a little messy for Luminosity.
It definitely could be, you're right.
If they beat Astralis on Overpass, though, I mean, what a monstrous performance that would be from Luminosity. That would really rocket them up there to really be, you know, a tier 1 team.
Fallen, Fur with kills. Cold pushing up. Caught with a bit of a weapon switch there, so he goes down. Not much of a payback, though, considering they've lost 2 players on the terrorist side. And Fallen checking the hallways. Scoped up AWP, pistols out, and he shots down dupreeh right in his face. Cajun gonna be gone, and now karrigan, well, I don't know if there are any words of encouragement that's gonna bring him out of this one.
1v4. Smoke is down. Do they actually, yeah, they actually put shots through. How sick would that be? He's gonna spot the one, wins the duel, but can't transfer.
16-8 on Train, and Luminosity, they take the first map away. What a victory. Very, very convincing. A little bit shaky early on, and even looked like Astralis was going to run away with some of those early rounds there in the first half, and then, I don't know, like they just flipped the switch and never let them back into the game.
Yeah, straight up murdered them. I mean, well, all through and through, that entire map, that was just the Luminosity show. They got 8 rounds on T side, which is never supposed to happen. And then once they got the ball rolling on CT side, Astralis just never got back into the match. You can see a little bit of frustration there. I mean, that can't feel good if you're Astralis, you know, to just get completely shut out.